Awesome. This looks like it's recording. That's good. I better take this off so you can see my beautiful head. I'm here with these little puppy dogs. That one right there is a deaf, and her name is Maya. Over there. Oops. That one. His name is Sam. I think it might be a she. I have not checked it out yet. Man. You know why I'm making this recording? I'm making this recording because of whatever I'm going to put as the title below. But I want to talk to you about my life first. I work in an Air Force base. Cool. The U.S. Cool. I make a lot of money. Cool. I don't make tons of money, honestly, but it's way more money than most people around the world make. And for me, it's all I need right now, because I don't need money to do the stuff that I'm wanting to do. I just need my time and energy and like motivation, but I've got those things, and so I'm doing them. Let me show you. It's important, so let me show you. I'll pause it, so, yep. All right. What's this junk? Any guesses out there? Any guesses? What is this? What is this? Yep, you didn't guess it. You might have. It is a timer. Yeah, wow, that's so boring. What's a timer do? Well, I haven't even finished it yet, but I'm getting to work. Let me just show you. Let's talk. There's 3 basic sections on this board. There is this area with all its transistors, this area with all its transistors, and then this area with its transistors, and this area with a transistor. And there's some LEDs. So basically, there's these 3 components. There's like a trigger comparator, a threshold comparator. Those are the top things. One's got an extra NPN transistor. The other one has an extra PNP transistor. You have no idea what those are? I don't either. These are capacitors. They protect all the electronics when the voltages get applied. This is the ground. These are the voltages. And just whatever. Go with it. And then I'm not even gonna talk. I just don't even know what I want to say. But basically, and then this is a section. It's a set and reset thing, and it'll make these LEDs. It would make the LED. It will make the LEDs be able to go on and off, like switching them back and forth. And I got one more step to do, and then I've got a timer basically. You know, if you're looking at this on a computer, which you are, it might be a smartphone, but it's a computer still. Oh, hi, dog. There's Maya. But there's a timer down there, and your computer works off of time also. Clock cycles, like, you know, blah, 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 kind of, ish, that they do. And, you know, it's good. It's important. It helps make our lives better. And I'm interested in it, obviously. I spent 4 minutes talking about this. But yeah, I do that. And I'm also building some code, some software. And why do you care about code? Well, there's some cool things I've done. I made a calculator program that basically can take in a string of text. So you write down a line of a sentence on your notepad or something, but it's basically a line of information like that. And if there's numbers in it and operators, like numbers and then plus, minus, divide, multiply, decimals, parentheses, any of that stuff's in there. It'll delete everything else that's in your line of text, even spaces or whatnot. It'll take any information like that it'll put it together, and if it is computable, it will compute it and then spit out an answer for you. I want to use it for robotics. And why does any of this matter? Well, one, I'm learning. Learning's good for everybody. It helps us get closer to understanding things and growing as a person, and just trying to figure out things in life. But so that's good. Learning's always good. But it's also good to explore like the world we live in for exploration's sake. But also it's going to be used in other things I'm going to make, which might be robotics to help people do things. Like I want to do I want to do a lot of things. I want to make some robots that you can just park your vehicle onto, and it'll do your air pressure. It'll test the air pressure for you and take care of it. It'll look at the oil for you. It'll basically you don't even need to do any maintenance. It's just when you park this thing up in your garage, it'll automatically test it, and it won't let you know that you need to do it. It'll do it for you, so you don't ever have to think about it. Because then you can focus your time on other things. So you don't have to fill up your tire pressure. You don't fill your tires up with air. You don't have to do the oil. It'd make it easier, and because people forget, and it takes time, even if you do always do it. You can spend your time on other things. It make life a little bit easier, and that's what technology does. The technology of this clothes makes my life a little easier because I can stay warm, not have to hold a blanket around me all the time. And the zippers are good because they, it's a good way to hold it together, so I don't have to button it all the time. It's easy. So technology's good. It's not the best and most important thing in life, but it's a good thing. It's all doing all this stuff, and these are kind of short-term, medium-term type of things, and there's some long-term things that I have. I'm very interested in Elon Musk. I think he's pretty cool, and he's chasing his dreams, and I have similar dreams that he has, and I just think it's super cool that this guy Elon Musk, you might not know him, he's doing all this stuff with rocketry with SpaceX and electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles with Tesla. And he's doing the Boring Company, which is the thing that bores underground tunnels for large cities, so that way traveling can be more efficient and not so congested, and you as a human don't have to deal with all that junk all the time. Because if you've ever driven in rough traffic, I don't want to do it. Nobody wants to do it. It's stressful. You can do something else while you're in the car. You can sleep while you're in the car, but whatever. So I'm interested in a lot of that type of stuff. Going out in space would be cool. Us going out into space to get more resources, mining, to go just explore, and scientifically we gain a lot of technologies when we just grow and advance and do things. We went to space the first time, we got things like the microwave. I don't know if the zipper came from that, but Velcro I think did. Duct tape might have. There's different technologies that we learned because of we needed those things when we went to space. So there's tons of things like that. Why am I talking about all this? The reason I'm talking about all this is because basically, let me think for a second. Okay, I thought about it for a bit. My dog's also doing crazy stuff right now. So, our neighbors just got here, something like that. But basically, we all have lives and we all do good things and cool stuff. And for me, honestly, right now, it's a lot of work that I'm gonna have to do if I'm gonna get anything like that accomplished, which is cool. And so that's kind of one reason why being single works out for me right now. Just today, a lot of weird stuff happened. There's this girl I really liked, and I still care about, but letting it go. But I a little bit now ago, it's I've had to basically just let her go, just because. Well, she started dating this other dude, and we didn't have a relationship or anything like that really before, because I never asked her to go on a date. But she lived in another state, things just don't work out. And hopefully, there's reasons for stuff like that, but I don't know, whatever. I mean, it's not whatever, but it's you gotta act like that sometimes to stay sane. But that kind of didn't work out, and then a couple months later, it started nagging at me, and I needed to know why. So I asked and found out what her thoughts are, and I didn't Honestly, okay, whoa, personal information, yeah, I know, but it doesn't really matter about me. Um, but I found out, and like, oh, okay, that I get what you're saying, don't agree, but I'm moving on. And then there's this other girl, really cute girl, is gonna try to like go out with her, and then I'd seen her a couple times, and like the third time I seen her, it's like, okay, I think this girl's worth trying to go out with. Had another dude when I met her the third time with her. I was like, shoot. And it's like, and it was her boyfriend. Like, so, come on, scoot you. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Like, Sammy just wants some love. He wants love too. And so that happened. And, like, where's all my hair, right? Like, who are you? Like, do I even, It's like, I'm a pretty confident dude for sure. But I and like I'm a good looking dude. I know it doesn't look that way maybe right now, but I am. I'm a pretty good looking dude. I'm short though. Oh no, short guys. Oh man, short guys ugly. Man, that hot. Oh, the short. Evolutionary defect. Like I'm 5'5", which isn't even that short in the world, but it's short. And like, and I'm fit though, I'm athletic. There's a lot of things going for me, like whatever. And like none of this matters. To me at least doesn't really. Oh come on dog, you can't be like this. Okay. But today it's like I've been praying, I'm a Christian, so I'm just gonna roll with that. I try to make secular videos, but this is just gonna be me. So I'm a Christian, I believe in God, and like I've been praying that God would like open up, like basically like he'd open up my heart to like things, like sinful things I do or things I do wrong. Like there was a daily Bible verse I was just talking about, like it's in Psalms and it's basically like David's like saying like, oh, God, like my innermost evil desires, like show them to me and purify me so that I'd be right with you, that kind of a thing. And so I like that. And the daily Devo was on confession, and it kind of dealt with that too. Like they make sure they sync up, the authors or editors of these the ones who pick all this stuff. And so it's like cool. I like that. It's like basically, and I want God to do that because like we all deal with sin in our lives too, and basically we deal with things that we struggle with, or like things that make us imperfect, or immoral things, or like whatever, stuff like that. And we Christians call it sin, and like that's what we think it is, and that's what I think it is too. But whatever. So we deal with stuff, and it's not like God's not happy with it, and like we know it's bad. But whatever. So like, and like those are for me. Those are things like dealing with sexual, like sexual desires and temptations and stuff like that. Not that those are bad, but it's like the lust part of it. Like when you're doing, like you're only supposed to do that in marriage, at least in the Bible, that's what it talks about. Like whatever, I don't really care, but I just like, that's the best way to do it. And like, I know it because I have done a whole lot of other things that I probably shouldn't do. But, and so like, it is the best way to do it. And so I deal with those things, and it's like you struggle as a Christian trying to make, like, you can't make yourself perfect. Like, you can't make yourself sinless. And you can't, like, so you run through that for a while, and then you're like, oh, can't do this. And then you struggle, and then you just let sin happen. Like, at least I did. Like, I have until pretty recent. Like, just do whatever I'm going to do. And like, God, like, sorry, but it's just how it is because you made me this way. And then it's like, you get tired of that. And then it's like, man, God, like, please help me. Which I've done many a time before. So it's just like, life just works on you, however it works on you. And then at some point, like right now, I just feel, I see God working in my life, like giving me things that I pray about and then answers to those things. Like, basically like, oh, I was wanting to know this information. Like, okay, if you won't help me with all this stuff, at least I want to know something kind of stuff. I'll pray those sort of a prayers. and then I'll find the answer. It's like, oh, this is what applies to that, and it's truth. It's very truthful. It works, and I'll get this from like people or like my Bible app or like YouTube videos of other Christians, stuff like that, and it's great. It's like, wow, thank you Jesus so much. And like I just kind of see life like a test too, like, because why won't God just show himself to us? It's like, what gives? But I feel like, we live here for a certain amount of time, then we die, and then like whatever happens after that happens. And I just like, probably just to test what we're going through. That's it's just kind of a way I think about it. So that's why maybe he doesn't just totally do everything for us. But so this morning I saw that, and I was about to call my uncle, and I talked to him for a while. That went great. And then I was going to call my mom because she called me too. Then they were all at the same house or whatever. But I was going to call my mom. And right before I called my mom, I saw a picture of this girl I really liked. That like this last one I was kind of trying to make things happen with. And it definitely bothered me. Like I know it bothers me. It's kind of nice to acknowledge the truth. It's like, oh, that bothers me. But it's okay because I've definitely like felt it's not that bothersome. It just, I saw it and it hurts because it's a picture of her with her boyfriend, which is good for them, but not good for me. But I'm sure that makes sense. And then I called my mom. I was talking to them, my mom, my sister. Great conversation until at the very end. They were asking me if I was going to church tomorrow. It's Saturday today. It's tomorrow Sunday. Like, you going to church? And it's like, I love going to church. I love going to church. And right now I'm down in right there, Oklahoma City. And there's a church that I go to. But it's a huge church, and I basically just go for God, like, which isn't great. I'm not saying it's great. And I go and I go to evening services because I can just sneak in and sneak out kind of a thing, get my message, my Christian juice, and leave. And like I will see some people I know, and I talk to them, and that's good. And then I go, like at least I'm good enough with people that I can do stuff like that. But the thing that's really hard, and I'm going to make this is all relating to whatever I'm going to title this to, so just bear with me. But the thing is that's hard about going to church when you're kind of on your own. I live with my friend Derek, and he goes the same type of church as I do, like Christian church I do, but it doesn't really matter what I'm just glad, like any Christian church probably, but like I go to Church of Christ churches, but like, that's just what I grew up with. And it's good. But anyways, so he does that too, but he's kind of in the same problem as me. And like, why don't we go together, and like find a small group and like get plugged in, right? Like that's probably what should happen. It's just not easy, it's just not easy. And so there's times in life when I've gone to church and like it's really easy and I get plugged in and connected. And there's times when it's not so easy. And sometimes you try and you fail, and sometimes you do something and it's easy, so it's just life. And so like, because if you go to places like that where you're accustomed to going, church or otherwise, and there's young people there, you're bound to be with people of the opposite sex or whatever, and you maybe having some romantic relationship work from that, it's good. And that's what my mom was like, hey, I heard there's this like single Christian girl at the church you're going to, and it's like, you should totally go. And she's just messing with me, like why don't you go to church to do that? And first I'm like, okay, isn't it going to church about going to see God first? Like, I'm a mom, and like I know she knows that, but she's like wants something because she's a mom. Moms want stuff like that for their kids and stuff like that. I'm 23, so I just got done with college. The campus is right where the church is too, the one I'm going to now. But so what do I want to say? But basically, yeah, she said that, and like I responded in that way. It's like, hey, isn't it more than just this, And like the thing is I know I've tried with multiple girls, like ask them on dates, like go do that, like do the normal thing. Like that's good you need to try. Like I feel like I need to try, and so I do. And I just suck. I'm very successful, and it's not bad on me. Like it really, I know who I am, and I know I need work on myself. I'm not saying I don't, but the thing is like, you know, like, I understand I need to try, and so I do. And maybe I will continue to go and try more and more, but this is something like Christians, at least, like, they want, like, to wait on God too. It's like they want, like, God will give me, like God, if God's blessed me with everything else, He should be able to bless me with this too, if He wants it, or whatever. You know, like, this is regardless if you're Christian or not. This is a struggle for every person who wants to get married. It's like, or who wants a relationship, like wanting someone who's faithful to you and that'll be with you, but that'll love you long term too, and that you can make things work out with or whatever. And Christians want it to be like God ordained, like, oh, He's like, okay, He's got my back on that one. But so, anyways, like, there's a church struggle for some people too, and I'm experiencing it now ish, and I haven't in the past, and y'all probably can relate to that. So, but basically, like, the thing that I'm ending on is, like, let me think a second. There's definitely pressure from society, from a community, to be with somebody. Because at a very basic scale, people unconsciously want everyone to do well so that they can do well and survive. And if your group, your community, even your local, your, like, inner circle community is doing well, that's very important for you. So even evolutionarily, like, that's good. But just family-wise, family wants family to do good. So there's that too, that, like, that pressure. But there's going to be pressure for people to get, like, to, you know, to be doing okay and good. And if people know that you want to get married, it's like, or they just kind of assume it on you, then you get pressured into it, and it sucks. Especially when you try and it doesn't work with the people you're trying to hook up with and, like, get married to. It sucks. And, like, and some people are like, hey, like, you need to actually do the work and go out there and get you a girl and just keep trying. Then on the other side, it's like, hey, trust God, like, wait, like, be faithful to Him. And there's probably in between, and everybody has their own things, and you switch back and forth where you're at, stuff like that, which is cool, right? The thing that sucks is I feel like nobody really, like, everybody tells you what to do, and your life is going to be hard regardless of however good or not good this works out for you, the relationship, romantic part of life, but it's something that we all really care about. And I just wanted to record because just today I've been experiencing this stuff. And it's like, people don't really understand what you're going through. Like, none of you will really know what I'm going through. And I won't know what any of you are going through. Like, everybody's unique and different. But I'm just trying to I got really hurt from this last thing that I went through with this girl. And, like, it's not like I thought it was crazy in the first place, even trying with this girl a long time ago. And then, this is like years ago. And then a year ago or so, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try. And it was great for a bit, like, communication-wise, it's great. But it's stupid because we, like, live a long ways away from each other. And, like, I see her rarely, and it just fell apart. And, like, you know, and for me, I'll just say, like, for me, I was willing just to work it. And I've already been patient, and I've already been pretty, like, I've been waiting already for a long time. Not exactly waiting, but I've been in the situation for a long time. So I'm, like, it's a long-term thing regardless of how I see it, like marriage is. It's like, you're going to get married. Once you're married, you're married. Like, no taking back on that as a Christian. So, like, I'm not in no rush, you know? And so with this, you know, in this situation, I was willing just to, like, give it time and wait. And you're just not always on the same page as the other person. And it just doesn't work, you know? Like, you want it to. And so, and it's just life, like, in humans. And so I was reading online about this stuff. It's like, okay, let me make sure, like, let me do a check on myself. And I didn't even run into that stuff at first. Like, if people are giving advice, they're just saying they're giving you advice. But I want stories. I want like what actually happened to the person, you know? Because to me that means something. Like they have authority to tell you something, which everybody does in their own way. But I want to hear your story first and your struggles, and then I want you to give me the advice. And I wish people would do that, but you know, whatever. But I was reading the articles that I was kind of getting was all these like infidelity articles. Like a lot of times in long-term relationships, you're going to always have that kind of conflict. Like there's going to be things you got to work through. And I was reading a lot of stuff of people who basically like they're cheating on their spouse. It's like it's just not exciting anymore. Like it's like they don't love me anymore, and like they don't like everything's just fine. And so it's like they're not feeling the love, and like so they cheat on their spouses basically. And it just makes me think, God, why are we worth anything to you? Like we cheat on our spouses, like we just are so what we want. And even with me and my desire for marriage, and all you guys in your desires for marriage, it's like it's good, but if we're just gonna screw it up anyways, why bother? That was my thought. And the thing is it's not like that's not the truth entirely. Like it's part of the truth, but the thing is like I don't know what it is. But God makes things right. And if you're with God, things work out. They can work out. And if they don't, hopefully there's a reason behind that not working out. Hopefully it makes you a better person. Hopefully it does something good for the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God. The kingdom of God. But seriously, hopefully it does something good for God. And all of us together. Like that's the idea, at least. But I want to get married so bad. Like I wanted to get married by the time I was out of college. Like I wanted to have a wife and I want like 9 kids. And I want to take care of these kids and just like send them off and make them do good things, you know, and to love on people. And it's like, and I do that too. So it's good that I do that, because if I wasn't doing that, how could I make 9 other people do that? And it's like, hey, this dude you're watching, it's like he's probably just not ready for it. Like he probably just you ain't ready for it, you crazy. Or like, man, bro, you so young. It's like, why you be tripping? Why are you worrying? Just go sleep around, have fun. Like, just go do whatever. Or like, hey, chill out. My Christian people be like, hey, just chill out, bro. Like, you'll be fine. Everything's gonna work out. You'll get what you want. You might not get what you want, but you're cool. Like, you should just love God, and like, your life's gonna be fun, and like, whatever. You know, right? But the thing is, a lot of good people, what they do is like, they validate how you feel. Like, yes, I recognize what you desire is good, and you need to work. Like, let's work on this. Like, they come to where you are, and like that works with any problems. Like it's just, this is a tough one because it hurts people. It's like very important to you as a person in there, or like right in there, in here, maybe up here in the brain. But basically, like it's like you can be okay being single by yourself, but then you get outside pressures too, which suck. So you're not really getting out of this one alive. So, like, how I'm handling this, I think this is, hopefully all y'all know. Just skip to the end of the video if you want the good stuff. For every YouTube video. I'm just kidding, it might not be that bad. But, like, hopefully how I am handling this is I'm just praying about it with God. I'm living my life. I wake up, I go do what I'm going to go do, and I go to sleep. I make the most of my days. And if there's a cute girl, sure, I'll go talk to her. Just for kicks. I stressed so much about this in the past. And it's not like I'm not going to in the future. But like, I just am letting it go. And it sucks. And my friends tell me I need to try harder. But screw you, friends. Screw you, family. It's not that bad. But basically, it's like, how I'm handling it is I got stuff to do. I'm going to die at some point in time, whether it's today or 100 years from now. Like, I will only have so much time. I'm making the most of my days right now. Stressing over girls is not the best use of my time. The most efficient thing to do is to allow, like, find opportunity and act on it. And so go to, just move to, San Diego, hang out at the beaches, hang out with all the really hot women. Go to Europe where there's new beaches and just, have fun, loving, like, hanging out with all these girls and just, like, same thing with the girls. You go find you guys and then just, like, go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds during the week. You'll find one, it'll work. I'm just kidding. But that's what people basically suggest. And then when you mess up in that arena, like, people suggest to go through a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. But when you fail in that arena, then they're like, well, then this is the problem. And this could be like, you got to work on you. Or, what's another good one? Or, like, you just got to be patient. They, like, back and forth, back and forth. What I'm just going to tell you, which is what I tell myself, like, I don't really tell myself stuff. I just live, right? Same with you guys. But for me, what I'm thinking is we all just need to focus on what we got today. Like, what do you got today? And obviously make the most of what you got today. If there's a cute girl or guy that you're interested in, hopefully opposite sex. Even for you non-religious people, like, it ain't doing our society any good to be sleeping with people of the same sex. Not doing any good. And it twists you up. Like, if you're masculine, you're, like, messing with yourself, like, in gender. If you're feminine and you're doing feminine sexual stuff, it's messing with your identity. It's screwing with you. Like, and like, hey, if you're working it, then you're working it. But God, if you do believe in God, you're not sure that God's there or not, you better be thinking about this. But for people who don't have that issue, like, we can, you are just gonna suck, and I don't, like, you just gotta say, screw your own feelings and move forward, because it's a miracle that we're even here, and there's just bad stuff that happens in life. But man, one thing I really don't want is I don't want to get married and then my wife be cheating on me and divorce her, get remarried, my wife be cheating on me, I divorce her, get remarried, like, which is what so many people do. Screw all you people. Screw. I'm just kidding. I mean, and there's a little bit of truth in kind of like, what are you guys doing? Like, what are we humans doing? But yeah, I don't even know if I'll be able to upload this whole sucker onto the tube of you. But hey, at least you got a real person talking to you on YouTube. It doesn't look like he's faking. He looks ugly enough. I can probably handle this. But for some reason, like, limited amounts of time here on Earth kind of puts things in perspective of, like, it doesn't really matter how everything turns out. And, like, I do want love, and I want a wife, and I want it to be good. I don't want just anybody. I got this crazy story. I'm just going to tell you this because it might make your day. I never get girls asking for my number, which, I mean, that's fine, cool, whatever. I don't know. But anyways, it never happens. I pulled up to a McDonald's today for breakfast. Got me breakfast. And this is girl, I'm just going to say it, unattractive girl to me. I'm not going to say why, but just unattractive. But she pulls up to me, asks if I'm single. I'm like, yeah. And then she asks for my number. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll give it to you. And it's like, so I basically just, like, let it happen, And she cool, yeah, I'll text you later. She did. She'll probably text back or something like that. But, like, I'm not attracted to her, and it's not okay to probably just lead people on or nothing. But, I don't know what's going to happen with it. It's just basically, I don't care. I don't know. And, like, I feel like maybe it's teaching me that, hey, if she can do it, like, I can do it. And I have done stuff like that before, but it's turned out not good. So, I don't know. I just see, and what I'm saying to you is one that's kind of funny. Like, it's McDonald's employee, this woman, but it's just interesting. It's funny. It's funny to me, but Um, sorry, but here, there we go. But just learn from what you got that day, take it in, move forward with it. What are you gonna do? What you gonna do? And like, you're all, sexy beasts. Like, y'all can get some hot chunk of meat, I shouldn't say stuff like that, but it's just funny to me. But like, if you're overweight, yeah, she's overweight. If you're overweight, try to lose the weight. It's not always easy. You don't have to necessarily. There's some people like my best friend. He's a little overweight, but you can handle your weight well, and you can not look good with your weight. So everybody's different, but it's not like the most important thing is your inside. What's on your inside, your personality, and the other person trying to track. Maybe things will work. It's not all about the physical, but to optimize your chances, go try to eat. And this is just good for stewardship, taking care of you. Go eat healthy food and work out consistently. Just try that. Just focus on one thing, And go learn something. Have fun with the life that you're given. Go live. Don't just let life pass by. Okay, so those kind of things. And just find joy in finding God. Like all you atheist people, like I don't get what y'all doing. I tried, failed. Like not failed, but like it just don't make sense that there ain't no God. But whatever, stupid Oklahoman. I'm not even an Oklahoman, and Oklahomans aren't stupid, but I'm not even from like Okies are more religious and like whatever. I don't need to explain everything to you, but basically, just live and don't worry. Just worry about like focus on today. Don't worry about the next days. And like I do, just suggest it for trying to the loneliness, like bad feeling, any negative kind of feelings you have. Like have a relationship with God and talk to Him about it. That's my cue. And talk to your family, talk to people at church, like stuff like that. I'm just passionate about this today, so that's why I'm making this video. But I was having a great day until other people got involved in my life. Sometimes it's the complete opposite. Sometimes I'm feeling so crappy and I need the other people to lift me up. And sometimes it's like, it's just weird. Stuff is weird. So good luck, my friends. I bet you either, I don't know. I just like making these videos because I just want to help. Like, I don't want to help. I do this for people like me. If you're a person like me, this will help you. That's why I'm doing it. For people like me. For viewers like you. Thank you. I don't know what that PBS thing is, but goodbye. Oh, and I'm fine. I'm going to go have fun today. See ya.